Today's tutorial is all about Yin, one of the deadliest fighters in Mobile Legends. Yin is the type of hero whose gameplay is heavily focused on pickoffs. He has great mobility, crowd control, and extremely explosive damage, allowing him to completely delete fragile enemies within just a few seconds. But the biggest highlight of his kit is undoubtedly his ultimate. Yin can take an enemy hero into his own domain and turn the fight into a 1v1 duel, where no other heroes can interfere. And this is where things get really unfair. Inside the domain, Yin gains additional attributes and access to enhanced abilities, making his damage and crowd control potential even stronger. For many heroes, being trapped inside the domain against Yin practically means signing their own death sentence. If you want to master this hero and carry your matches, stay until the end. In this video, I'll explain clearly and simply how his passive works, break down each of his skills, show you the best combos and builds, and finally share some essential tips to take your gameplay to the next level with this true Sukuna of Mobile Legends. Passive. If there are no allied heroes nearby, Yin's damage is increased to 120% and he gains 8% lifesteal. This passive fits perfectly with the hero's playstyle, especially because of his ultimate, which forces Yin to fight an enemy alone. Skill 1. Yin gains 60% additional movement speed, which gradually decreases over 3 seconds. During this period, his next basic attack is enhanced, dealing significantly more damage based on his total physical attack. When this attack hits an enemy, Yin immediately performs another, even more powerful strike, accompanied by a shockwave that hits enemies in its path, providing additional area damage. In addition, successfully landing this enhanced attack reduces the skill's cooldown by 35%. It's a relatively simple ability, but it has extremely high finishing potential, especially against enemies who are already at low HP. Skill 2. Yin performs a dash in a chosen direction, leaving a golden ring behind that soon follows him. During the dash, if Yin hits an enemy hero, he gains 30% damage reduction for 4 seconds. Another extremely important detail is that enemy heroes hit by the golden ring are stunned for 1 second. Yin deals damage both during the initial dash and through the golden ring, significantly increasing his initiation potential and making it easier to execute his combos. Ultimate. Yin takes an enemy hero into his domain for up to 8 seconds, creating a one-on-one confrontation where other heroes cannot interfere. Inside the domain, Yin's other abilities are enhanced, and he gains 50 additional physical defense and magic defense, which last for the duration of the 8 seconds. The domain ends immediately if either Yin or the enemy is eliminated before the duration expires. If Yin successfully eliminates the target, he restores 20% of his max HP, leaves the domain with the cooldowns of skills 1 and 2 reset, and remains in this enhanced state for another 8 seconds. Now let's take a look at how his enhanced abilities work. Enhanced. Skill 1. Yin performs 9 consecutive attacks in a chosen direction, dealing physical damage and applying slow to enemies hit by each strike. Throughout the entire sequence, Yin is completely immune to crowd control, making the ability extremely difficult to interrupt. If you want to cancel the sequence before it ends, simply move or use another ability. Enhanced Skill 2. Yin's Enhanced Skill 2 works very similarly to its normal version. The main difference is that enemies hit are slightly knocked back, adding even more crowd control to the ability. Although this may seem like a simple change, the enhanced version of Skill 2 plays an extremely important role in Yin's combos, and that's exactly what we're going to look at next. Combos. Yin has extremely simple combos to execute. Most of his combinations follow basically the same goal. Take the enemy into his domain and eliminate them quickly with a sequence of attacks. The most complete way to execute the combo is to start with Skill 1, use Skill 2, perform the enhanced basic attack, activate the ultimate, use Skill 2 again, and finish with Skill 1. This is undoubtedly one of Yin's most complete combinations, as it makes use of practically his entire kit both before and after entering the domain. Of course, you won't always be able to start the combo this way. In many situations, the enemy will try to escape, and you won't be able to land the enhanced basic attack before using the ultimate. In that case, don't worry. Once you enter the domain, simply adapt the sequence and continue using your abilities as effectively as possible. Your main priority should be to eliminate the target before the domain ends. By doing so, you restore HP, reset the cooldowns of skills 1 and 2, and remain in your enhanced state for another 8 seconds after leaving the domain. This can make a huge difference in team fights and allow Yin to deal an enormous amount of damage. Another extremely important point is to have patience. Many times, the enemy will try to keep their distance inside the domain to make you waste your abilities. In these situations, you need to play intelligently instead of simply using every skill as soon as it becomes available. Remember that you have 8 seconds to win the fight. Make the most of that time, wait for the right moment, and use your abilities strategically. Build an emblems. Yin's main objective during the match is to eliminate enemy carries and other priority targets. To perform this role effectively, it's essential to invest in a high-damage build, increasing his burst and finishing potential. Hunter Strike is an excellent item for Yin because it provides physical attack, penetration, and cooldown reduction. In addition, its passive grants additional movement speed after hitting enemies multiple times, making it much easier to chase targets and stay close to them. Sea Halberd is a great option against heroes with high HP regeneration. The item also significantly improves Yin's performance against fighters and tanks, making it easier to deal with more durable enemies. Blade of Despair greatly increases Yin's finishing potential. With this item, fragile enemies can simply be deleted during his combo, especially when they're already at low HP. Malefic Roar is another excellent option against tanks and other heroes with high physical defense. Its high penetration allows Yin to bypass a significant portions of the enemy's defenses, making even some tanks melt under his damage. As for emblems, the ones I recommend the most are the Assassin Emblem and Fighter Emblem. For the talents, I recommend Thrill in the first slot. For the second slot, Weapons Master, Master Assassin, and Seasoned Hunter are all great options depending on your role and playstyle. For the final slot, the main options are Impure Rage and Lethal Ignition, both of which can complement Yin's damage potential very well. As for battle spells, the most recommended options are Retribution and Petrify. Your choice will mainly depend on the lane and role you're playing in the match. These are some of the builds and setups I recommend the most, especially for players who are just starting to play Yin. Feel free to use them as a foundation or adapt them according to your playstyle and the needs of each match. Tips to improve your gameplay. When starting the match, I recommend unlocking Skill 1 first. Besides helping you farm much faster, the movement speed bonus also makes your rotations more efficient during the first few minutes of the game. After unlocking your ultimate, Yin gains an enormous amount of kill potential, especially against fragile heroes. Take advantage of this stage of the game to build an advantage and prioritize the most vulnerable targets on the enemy team, especially mages and marksmen. Yin is also excellent at isolating supports and eliminating them with ease. Whenever possible, look for enemies who are isolated, poorly positioned, or far away from their teammates. The more vulnerable the target is, the higher your chances of successfully executing your initiation. His Skill 2 is an extremely versatile tool that can be used both offensively and defensively. Besides providing mobility, it also grants damage reduction and crowd control. When dashing toward an enemy, try to hit them during the dash to gain the damage reduction while also applying the stun through the golden ring. This ability is also an excellent escape tool. Since Yin can quickly dash in a chosen direction, you can use it to escape dangerous situations or reposition yourself during a fight. Despite his incredible kill potential, Yin loses some of his strength during the late game. At this stage, choosing the right target and the right moment to use your ultimate becomes even more important. For example, if you take a major marksman who still has a defensive ability or escape tool available, there's a good chance they will survive your combo and counterattack. During the late game, these heroes can eliminate Yin within seconds if he wastes his ultimate. Because of this, the best option is usually to use your ultimate against fragile heroes who have already used their main escape tools. This significantly increases your chances of securing the kill. You should also avoid simply diving into the middle of team fights. Yin can struggle in large-scale fights, especially when multiple enemies are able to focus him at the same time. Your main role is to isolate priority targets, eliminate them quickly, and create a numbers advantage for your team. And that's it for this tutorial. I really hope this guide helped you, and thank you to everyone who watched until the end. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep improving at Mobile Legends, feel free to check out the other content on the channel. We have a dedicated playlist featuring complete hero guides, covering everything from abilities and combos to builds, emblems, and advanced gameplay tips. If you're looking for something more specific, I've also created 5 separate playlists organized by role, making it easier to find guides for the heroes you actually play. Thank you very much for your support and for watching until the end. Your support means a lot and motivates me to keep creating more high-quality content for all of you. See you in the next video.